Hello, everyone, and welcome to Out of the Spirit Box with Avani, Heather, and Vale. In this podcast, we talk about all things paranormal and true crime related while desperately attempting to stay on topic. If that sounds like fun to you, then take a seat, turn the lights on, and join us for this episode of Oosp. So what I was looking up, what I've been intensely staring at, is I'm trying to find anything about witches eating hair. Right? Because even like what would possess someone in that moment to be like, oh, I should eat their hair? Like, if it's an established thing, that's one thing. If it's like a one-off, like the lady's crazy. But occultworld.com says
occultworld.com. Hold on, wait. Let's stop a second. Occultworld.com.
Yep.
Continue.
Hair and nails possess magical attributes that contain the essence of a person and thus are important ingredients in many magic spells. So, if hair is looked at in that way and always has been looked at in that way, I think you could maybe draw a connection. But that's just a weird thing. I've never really heard of like somebody eating hair to curse somebody, you know?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever heard someone say that, oh, she ate my hair, and that's how, like, we think the curse started. Like, what?
And with all of the paranormal shows I've watched in the past, you know, and some of them talking about, like, different cultures and their different ways of, you know, spellcraft and such like that, yeah, I have literally never heard that before. And not to say that my knowledge or experiences are all-encompassing at all, but right. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I think I would have heard that by now. You know?
And I guess it's not even something that's like, it's American witchcraft, so it's not something from another culture, and no one's ever heard of eating hair.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just the other thing is if he was drugged or, you know, under whatever influence that caused his memory to be hazy, how, you know, he seemed so sure, right, that she ate his hair, but how do you know that she ate your hair? What if she was eating a grape? Like,
yeah.
Maybe she just had a snack. You know, so I'm not too sure about the eating the hair bit. And
she ate the hair, and you're just sitting there, what? Explain to me how this
now
works.
The single instance of a pretty intense seizure following all of that is interesting to me, because from what I heard, he had no history of seizures and none after that either.
But he was diagnosed and treated for epilepsy.
He was, but
after that seizure, they diagnosed him and treated him for epilepsy.
Right.
I believe when he quit taking the medicine, he quit having issues. I'd have to go back in the doc to confirm that. But they're also getting ready to go into her house, and yes, I was correct about which one it was.
Good. Yeah, I because I listened to several podcasts, like what I heard from which one is kind of jumbled up. But I definitely heard from one of them, they were saying, like, I think somebody, like, went back, like, somebody on a medical team for him went back and was like, no, this isn't, you don't have epilepsy. Like, this was a one-and-done situation. So, and I don't know, Vale, you're the medical expert. What do you think? When I was younger, my brother had seizures. I don't think they called it epilepsy. I'm not sure what they said about it. But it ended up being a problem with his heart that was causing it. So once they started treating the heart issue, the seizures went away. I don't know if like, what else, you know? I don't know what can cause seizures.
Yeah, so I only know of my dad had narcolepsy, which is a type of seizure, but basically he just suddenly falls asleep.
Yeah.
But I think for him that was absolutely induced by alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't think that this kid is that deep of an alcoholic at this age.
Well, I mean, it was a hell of a year, apparently.
I genuinely think if that seizure, I believe, is medically documented, he was treated for it. It had to be that he ingested something.
Yeah, I feel like something caused him to have that seizure. It wasn't just like I don't think it was a one and done. I think it was something caused him. He had the seizure. He got documented. He had a seizure. Then they were treating him because they didn't know how else to treat it. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna have a seizure again," and he just never did because it was just something sparked the seizure.
Avani, since you're watching the documentary silently, did you see where in the timeline of all this happening he went to the witch's house? Was this after the activity already started?
So that's what I'm actually watching now. I paused it to pay attention. They have just gone inside her house. And right now they're kind of talking about how she would be outside doing her rituals.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about the trash barrel that she would light on fire, even in like thunderstorms and shit.
Yeah. I don't remember ever specifically hearing where in the timeline of that year that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I know they talk about it happening after the dad talked to her.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah. See, and they're saying she wore black lipstick, which I'm not saying she didn't, but isn't that like very in the vein of if you were going to stereotypically describe a witch?
Yeah.
Like, she was wearing black lipstick. Yeah, a lot of goths do.
Yeah. she was always wearing black.
Judgy fuck. Like
she brought him.
I almost always wear black. I'm not a witch.
Samesies.
I mean,
it's just my favorite color. I like that it matches my soul.
I was told I might be a witch, but that's something else.
It's okay. There were candles everywhere. Now
that's another
doing a reenactment.
That's another episode. Half this shit is just my life.
Her haircut got involved. She got some iced tea. It didn't taste right.
Right.
I told her I didn't need a haircut. And she said, I think I should just give you a trim. And she actually put the hair in her mouth and swallowed it. And then Steve looks at the camera all fucking weirded out, and it cuts to a reenactment. The third showing of her putting hair in her mouth.
Which is always lovely.
Terry's never heard any of this. It's all new to him.
Terry!
It's Terry. It's like the other brother's name is Terry. We got it.
Now they want to put okay. This is something I wanna ask you guys. In watching this, I have never seen so much fucking equipment put out in one goddamn room.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you can't tell me that shit doesn't affect each other when you have that much in a space.
Yeah, no, right? I remember.
One of those things literally measures electromagnetic waves. Everything in here is on.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like,
I fucking remember thinking that when I watched the documentary. Like, should you have that close together?
Yeah, I mean, it's a small house.
Yeah.
It's not a huge house. And even now, like, they're in the witch's house and they have so much.
And there's a scene where it's all going off at once and they're like, oh my god, it's all going off at once. And I remember thinking to myself,
that's when Satan says hello.
Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, like, well, no shit, it's all going on.
Well, and their whole explanation is oh, it's all going off at once because it wants to distract Cindy from getting to the truth. She must be getting close.
Oh my god, yeah. Ugh.
It's God, I just honestly like I believe that something happened to these guys, and I wish that it was genuinely like I would just listen to them tell a candid fucking story about it with a black backdrop.
You know who I want to actually investigate this? Kindred fucking spirits.
Did you ever watch any of it, Vale?
I tried. I told you I can't stand one of those paranormal hunt shows. I tried. I watched maybe 4 episodes. I worked through it so hard.
There are definitely some moments in that show that I've cringed at.
Yeah,
but the overall experience and how they go about it is so much better than any other show I've watched.
Different episode, different day.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I've watched a lot of this garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it says Satan again.
Yeah, it's during that part where everything's going off and they're like trying to build tension, and then he's like, "Oh, the box is talking." And it's like, "I'm Satan."
I just hate when they do that shit because I'm just like, Satan's busy, okay? Like if he's
what
actually
did you
there,
do?
if he's actually
Satan involved.
If he actually is a thing, he's fucking busy. He's not fucking some lady summons him by eating some hair. He's gonna bitch her out and go back to hell because he's got shit to do.
He's gonna fuck up.
Not only that, but some lady ate some hair and summoned him, and he's still there 37 years later. He's still at the house.
Nothing else to do.
He had nothing else to do. He's been sitting here waiting.
He's in the witch's house. He's in their house. He's in the fucking field. He's in the yard. Like everywhere they turn something on, Satan.
Yeah, and he's everywhere else that has ever claimed that it's Satan coming through the spirit box. This man's everywhere. Who's watching hell?
Fucking Santa Claus, apparently.
He's fucking busy, man. He's got meetings to go to. Like,
he's got a lead orientation.
No, he's got smaller minions to do that.
Yeah, like he has other devils to do, or demons to do other things. He's all the important stuff.
They're sitting in the living room of the witch's house.
Right.
I love how uncomfortable the two brothers are.
They're so uncomfortable. But again, are they uncomfortable because they're in this house that they've
No,
never
they're
been in
uncomfortable
before?
because this guy's fucking.
Because this guy's got 60 bits of equipment around him and is just like, so they have the SLS cam out. This is the one that shows you the stick figures.
Yeah, he's like
shenanigans.
He's sitting right there.
I call shenanigans on these.
He's sitting right next to him. Look! He's sitting right next to him, like trying to scare them. Like,
yeah, and it pops up right. Isn't it like literally Cindy for the first time says you have an attachment, and then they're like, and there it is.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
perfect timing.
The thing with me on the SLS cam is it's just doing visual matrixing.
Yeah.
It's a program reading pixels to visually matrix.
Yeah.
The Xbox Connect did the same shit.
And it fucked up real bad, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the point. The Xbox Connect did the same thing, and it fucked around real hard.
Listen, if Xbox couldn't figure it out, then I don't think some overpriced piece of bullshit equipment is gonna figure it out, okay? That's all I'm saying.
It was a terrifying encounter that changed his life forever. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to degrade this man's experiences.
It's the documentary.
No, it's the documentary because if someone were to give me all of the information, all of the police reports, and the testimonies from the brothers, and you put it just like straight as it is, no fluff, no frills, no sensationalism, that's a really good fucking story.
And a lot of the questions that they're asked, they're really being led to, and maybe it's just because Shippy has been studying this case for 8 years of his life, and he just knows, like, okay, if I bring this up, they'll remember to talk about this. Maybe it's that, but it makes it feel even more disingenuous.
Yeah. They're flashing back to the daughters of the owners talking about the house.
Oh, okay.
The current owner. Yeah. Talking about the house, and their description of what they see, and tell me how many times you've seen this, is somebody in the window like this.
I see that. Yeah, it's me usually.
That's exactly what I was saying.
It's my dumbass looking at my own reflection. That's usually what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and now they have, this is now where they've gotten this ordained witch out, and she's also in all black, don't worry. No lipstick. But
she has eyeliner, though. Her to dress like that for continuity's sake.
It's like written, if you appear anywhere, you must wear all black, no color.
All
lipstick
black,
optional.
Eyeliner, and her hair's just juiced.
You should look like somebody's Aunt Cindy that smoked a pack a day.
Now, listen, I had very little exposure to Wicca when I was a teenager. Mm-hmm. I did very much want magic to be real, and I did, I have books that I still have them in my basement that I bought to learn, about Wicca and all this shit. My best friend for a time considered herself to be Wiccan, followed pretty closely by paganism. So I don't know a lot, but I know some things, and just everything about her just rubbed me the wrong way. Every time she talked, I was like, no way. No way.
Like, shut up, bitch.
She did kind of seem, and this is, I don't know enough, I'm not trying to discredit her. She did kind of seem a little bit like, I really just need a drink.
Yeah.
Or ladies going through DTs and you're like, making fun of her.
Like, I don't...
Do you actually...
And I don't mean that in, like, I see her as an alcoholic, just, it's that behavior of kind of not all quite there.
Avani,
not spacey.
Can you tell me what her name is?
Aida.
Aida. They don't tell us her last name?
Not that I've caught yet. And now they're in the field with the circle that she found so quick. Which, okay, I realize this is cutting, and you can make it seem like it goes a lot faster.
They call her Miss Aida, right?
Yes. Yeah, I did properly pick out the circle on the map based on where they're currently located.
Okay, so she has a book.
Why would she?
The book is called Hoodoo Justice Magic. Miss Aida's Banishing Recipes.
Wow. Betty Crocker cookbooks?
Okay.
She has...
You know what I would really like? I would really like somebody who studies micro expressions.
Hold on. Yes. There's another book here by Miss Aida that's titled Destroying Relationships. Hoodoo Spells to Break Up, Separate, Hotfoot, and Drive Off Foes and Rivals.
Yep, okay, so you're garbage.
No respect for her.
None.
So the first one was Betty Crocker's baking, and the second one was fucking love spells for teenagers?
Yeah, what the fuck? What? Cursing. She has cursing and crossing and hoodoo justice magic, in addition to the cleansing and protection. What the fuck?
She's had one too many herbal teas is what's happened.
Oh my god.
So, okay, I want somebody who reads micro expressions, and I want somebody who is legitimately, knows Wicca and knows the occult to watch this, and I want to hear what they have to say.
I feel like someone who's actually Wicca would not condone the use of, I guess, what most people would recognize as black harmful magic, right?
Right.
So she had that one about breaking people up and shit like that. She also has cursing and crossing, hoodoo spells to torment, jinx, and take revenge on your enemies.
She sells books directly to high schoolers when they're exploring their Wicca face. She has a direct line.
It's not. It just seems to me what she's doing is not responsible in any way.
There she is.
That's not.
I want you to know. I was trying to poke her. I was like, I'm usually in the middle.
For my screen.
God damn it.
Yeah, so like now they're out in this field with the geoport and a bunch of Moroccan style red lanterns.
The same ones they had inside the witch's house to give ambiance.
To give vibes. Yeah. That's all they're trying to do. So, okay, I do want to ask, what do you guys, like, genuinely, what do you guys think? Because I'm always very exceedingly skeptical when it comes to mediums. What do you guys think about Cindy?
I don't even remember her, so I probably brushed her off as...
Cindy was the one that when she was saying that you have an attachment, suddenly the thing popped up that it was sitting next to you. I don't believe her.
Yeah, no.
As far as I can throw her.
Give me Chip Coffee. At least he's convincing. Like,
yeah,
like
he's convincing and dressed well. No, she's dressed well. But yeah, I don't know, because I think they're trying really hard to convince you she's legit.
They're trying to upsell her. God,
right, and she's apparently exceedingly famous. Like,
yeah,
very well known for what she does. So I don't know enough about her. This is the first thing I've ever seen her in to determine if she's legit or not.
See, the problem I have, and this could be because I don't know anything about Wicca, or especially modern day Wicca, I don't know anything about, but she seems to have a lot of ties in, like, other religions. Let's just say that, because even in this one book, right? Because not all of them
are we back on Miss Ava or Adia or Adia or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I completely...
Okay, I thought we were talking about the Cindy.
Yeah, no, not Cindy. Sorry. Derailing to go back to Miss Aida. But even in this book, not all of them have descriptions, but this one does. It talks about the contents. It says featuring 129 spells, 32 recipes, numerous rituals, and there are also 27 prayers for... Yeah, I know, right? 27 prayers for people who fear actually performing spell work. What?
Okay.
No, there's still prayers in Wicca.
No.
But she does...
Why are you performing spell work if you're afraid?
Yeah, well, let's not even.
Too. But I mean, the fact that she said prayer doesn't mean specifically like it's a different religion.
Right.
Well, but I'm connecting it because at the end of the documentary, she does bring up God, right? I don't recall Wicca being under that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, if I look up...
If it wasn't her, I do like when a medium covers their bases with more than one religion. I like someone who's studious and knows shit. That it's not just their one specific religion, that they know more and they have wider knowledge to different things. I do love that in in paranormal investigators and in mediums. Like, you don't just work with Wicca, you don't just work with Christianity, you don't just work with, I don't know, Native American shamans. You do have a broader knowledge of things. And I'm like, that is actually, I like that.
I don't mind that, but just the way it felt very disingenuous for her to be like, I am this, you know, I am an ordained witch and Wicca is my thing. But
Well, you read us
gonna
the title of her books.
We're gonna turn immediately to God.
Everything about her is disingenuous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you read the
Yeah.
title of the books, you didn't have to go very much farther, and I was like, okay, so this lady's bullshit and she's looking for money. Quick cash anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she rubbed me the wrong way the whole time. Everything she said, I was just like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't agree with you. You know, a circle on the ground doesn't necessarily mean portal. Like, tell me why you think that.
Okay, so I wanna clarify something that we were wrong on. When they were in the witch's house and they had the SLS cam on Dwayne, Cindy was not there.
Okay.
It was just somebody on his crew that was running that camera.
Right, but when she did say that, didn't they have the SLS on him?
Yes, no, she said that there was something there. He was like, yeah, I feel it. That, you know, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's here on the camera.
Okay. It just
Yeah,
wasn't
that's-
at the witch's house.
It was at the witch's house. Cindy wasn't there.
Huh?
We both got so confused.
At the witch's house, when they put the SLS camera on Dwayne and saw
The attachment, yeah.
attachment, Cindy was not there. It was somebody on Steve what's-his-face's crew.
So no one said that there was someone with him and then the stick figure showed up?
Yeah. They said it was. They said, I saw something on you. It's right behind you. It looks like it's like touching you or attached to you. And Dwayne says, I feel it.
Okay.
And she's like,
so
I see it here on the SLS cam.
Previously in the documentary, when she said you have an attachment at their house, their old house, there was no SLS on him.
Correct. And that is actually after the SLS cam. So
It's after it.
yeah, she is just now meeting them.
Oh. In the caravan, right? Or wherever they're at?
And so the SLS cam happened at the witch's house. They
Yes.
are now at their house.
Yes.
And this is when Cindy is first meeting the brothers.
Gotcha. I thought Cindy happened before the witch's house happened. It's been a minute since I watched this thing.
What feelings did you have prior to the seizure? A strange feeling came over me. Well, yes, you were going to be a seizure.
Yeah. That would be the
You
feeling.
can usually feel right before you're having a seizure.
It felt like somebody was around watching over them. I was stressed out. They're like, it almost seems like, since I'm reading it, that they're kind of pushing it to be like it's attached to him.
Yeah.
But they honestly, like, now that I've read this and we've talked about it and I've brought stuff up as it's happened, they use the same content many times.
Oh, they do. Yeah. Yeah. It's not really that super long, but it's a long documentary that doesn't give a lot of great fucking info. It's the same info in
It doesn't give you
different
more
ways.
information. I read more information on those fucking 4 pages of police reports that barely had anything anyway than this whole documentary where they have repeated the same 3 informational points.
It really is just the same information over and over again at different locations. And it's like, okay, you've been studying this place for 8 years and you chose to present it in more of a shock factor than it just kind of feels like a fuck you to the paranormal like community a little bit, because it's like everybody here is trying to like really find actual evidence, and here you go with have the drama.
So they're calling it a satanic ritual, is what happened to him.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't use those words. Satanic ritual.
Bear eating satanic ritual. That's what we're Googling right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, FBI agent. When you see these words, no, that's why.
Uh-oh, she consulted with a demonologist, and she's gonna do what the demonologist told her to do. I have a question.
Yeah.
Don't you want the demonologist there?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You have to think.
Like, somebody who, like, knows the ritual and can teach the ritual, like, wouldn't it make more sense if they did it? I do also love that it has to happen just before midnight.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Dude, it's just all the fucking stereotypes all in one movie.
And here's the thing, is I am not well enough educated on the occult or Wicca or Satanism. Nope, help me. Is it Satanism?
I mean, if the lady said that she was performing Satanism.
No, they said it was a satanic ritual.
Then,
I mean, I don't see anything immediately popping up here that mentions eating hair as part of satanic rituals. Plenty of blood, plenty of sacrifice.
They don't hide that. Why would they hide the hair?
Yeah, right. Which you expect to see with satanic ritual.
So, in this ritual, they're using psalms, an iron cross, a statue of Saint Michael.
Saint Michael! There we go.
And holy water.
And holy water.
Oh, they're getting it out
sea
the
salt.
Christian way.
And sea salt.
Yeah, that's what got me hooked. I was like, there was some reason that I felt it was very not what I would expect. You know what I mean?
And then she's going to put an iron knife in the ground to keep him there. So I have a question. Is the iron knife, like, protected? Do they have, like, a locked dome over it?
Yeah, didn't this bitch throw a knife?
But it wasn't iron, it was stainless.
Yeah. Iron's supposed to be special for whatever reason. I don't remember why.
No, that's totally fine. Like, I'm not hating on the metals or whatever. I know they all have
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But
The
this
whole
is...
staking it in the ground doesn't really make any sense, though, because you're staking air. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Except for the portal that you just so happen to say is in this area.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know what? I feel like once they brought in the witch, the investigation very much turned into, oh, I know what this is, and not so much, let me make sure that I'm correct, you know? Like, I would expect a professional to come in and say, well, this looks and feels like it could be a portal, but let's figure out if it is. Not, hey, this looks and feels like it could be a portal, so it's totally a portal. Let's put a knife in the ground.
Also, do you really think Satan is chilling in the core of the earth?
Let me talk to this one demonologist and then, utilize religious items from
Let's say we
religion.
talk to this one demonologist, because I don't even think they talked to a demonologist. I think that was bullshit.
Yeah, like, they didn't even give a name, right? They were just like, a demonologist.
Oh, and we're
generic
gonna cut
demonologist.
we're gonna cut to all this equipment around the house and label it, and we're gonna tell you that it's going off right now as we're doing this.
It's just kind of ridiculous. Like,
It is. I think that if he took all this information, he really put all this work into all this research and getting all these documents, he genuinely could have presented it better, because he doesn't go in being aggressive. He doesn't go in like some of these other shows, but it all feels overly dramatic without
fabricated,
even
yeah.
having to do that. When I think the way he speaks, he could present things very credibly.
Yeah.
But instead, he's just like, and I realize there's producers involved, but he's a director.
Yeah.
Like, there's a better way to have done this to be honorable to these people's experiences.
Right. Yeah, it does. It definitely, like, kind of going back to what I was saying, like, the paranormal community is what it is because people want to find those answers. They want to find that evidence and really analyze it, right? And I don't feel like that's what this is doing. This feels kind of more like you said, what did you call it? A shockumentary or something like that?
Yeah, it's called a shock doc.
A shock doc. Like, that's a money grab. That's literally all that is. That's, let me take this already wild story and present it in a way that is gonna make me money. And okay, so if that was your goal, great. I know what kind of person you are. Follow it up and fix it. You know, maybe take the money you gained from it to actually present all of that evidence you supposedly got over 8 years of investigating this place and do it justice and get actual people who aren't just like, I'm on the contract, I'm making $1 million. Like, fuck you. Okay. I want an actual panel of fucking experts in the field who know what they're talking about and aren't just here to be like demons and, you know, to tell me what they think about it all and what they do.
Sorry, Heather. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. It's not demons. It's always Satan. You're wrong. It's always Satan.
It's always Satan. It's never demons. It's always Satan.
It's like so this is the last line he gives in this doc. Okay, it says, I pray that demon conjured across the street will stay in hell where it belongs. Hold on, there's more. Just waiting. Me, I will continue to keep a watchful eye because evil spirits never rest. So he shows this clip of him and Cindy going and putting 2 roses on the parents' gravestone and flashing all these pictures talking about how brave they were, like all these old school pictures. And then that's how he ends his doc. I want to keep a watchful eye because evil spirits, they never rest. Like, you just totally degraded the tiny bit of respect you paid that family. Like, I realize that you think you're paying them respect by investigating this and getting to, like, you know, helping them figure it out and helping them feel at peace, and that's great, but you're doing it as a money grab. You're not doing it to be a good person.
Right. Like, I feel like for the purpose of this documentary, getting those 2 brothers back in this home and not their home, the witch's house.
Yeah.
Putting them in this place that they evidently haven't stepped in their entire lives since everything, you know, like putting them through that and reliving this incredibly traumatizing time of their lives is so disrespectful for the finished product. Like, and it sucks because they don't, like you said, they don't get a say in how anything is done. And maybe it was the producers who were like, okay, but we need views, so let's figure it out. But like, damn, like it just felt so disrespectful.
I 100% agree on that, because I was thinking that the whole time with the 2 brothers, like, because the whole time they looked like just shaken.
Yeah.
And you're making them relive something and then causing more trauma by sensationalizing it. And the whole bullshit they did in the witch's house, which they've never been before. It's like, I've never been here before, but now we're going to say a whole bunch of things that may affect you. We're telling you that you have an attachment. You probably didn't have anything happen in your entire life, and now you're scared you have an attachment because these motherfuckers want to make a quick dime.
Right. That was such fucking bullshit when they said that, and I was like, hold on.
I would have had a lot more respect for that whole bit if they had a psychologist with them.
Yeah.
To help them work through the trauma.
Yes.
Like, if you're gonna do it, at least fucking consider what you might inflict upon these people.
Right.
Like,
and
at least...
like, so when they say you have an attachment, does he at any point say that his life since moving away has been any type of weird way?
No, his life seems like it's completely normal when he left the home, but so now they're trying to like fucking start shit.
Yeah. So you're bringing him back to this place, both of these places, and you're telling him he has an attachment. So literally, if nothing was going wrong in his life, now you're giving him a pathway to give it power again and start something in his life. It's
like that poor guy, and he really seems affected. Like he looks like someone who has like post-traumatic stress. Like, it's pictured, it's painted all over his face.
Clearly something happened. And clearly it was traumatic. And we're just gonna bring this sweet old traumatized man back to the worst time of his life and give him some gifts.
It's like, if you really believe in this stuff, if you really, truly believe that this shit can come back, it can attach to you, it can cause you, like, ridiculous problems, why are you gonna incite it? And then stand there and say, oh, there's demons here, we don't want to mess with demons.
And there's no resolution. It's just like, well, thanks for coming back to the worst part of your life, and good luck with that attachment that we just told you about.
I hate when they do that shit to fucking, in like other, ghost hunting things, where they like bring back the people to where it started. I was like, okay, thanks for opening a wound to this person. You have helped them in no way. Now they have to live with this for the rest of their life.
And it's the same thing with these groups who go into places that people are still inhabiting to some degree, and they're just sitting there riling things up because they're like, oh, this is how we're gonna get evidence. What about tomorrow when you fucking go back to your safe-ass home and these people have to be here? You just piss this thing off.
Yeah.
I fucking can't. I can't.
We can't. We understand.
Rude as fuck. I was a lot more passionate about all that than I thought. Good.
Yeah,
I ranted.
I think once you start really getting into it, it's really, really hard to be like, yeah, this is 110% legit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, I'll take 15% of what you presented me, because the rest of it is over-dramatized recreations.
Yeah.
You narrating over the same clip 6 times.
Yeah.
And then you filling it in with, like, fluff people that we see for less than, like, 3 minutes of the whole documentary to try and add some credibility to what you're doing. And the unfortunate thing is they still get to call it a documentary.
Yeah.
And because it falls under the guidelines. It is literally, I looked it up because I was like, at what point is this not a documentary? So from Oscars.org, the people that make the fucking rules, an eligible documentary film is defined as a theatrically released nonfiction motion picture dealing creatively with cultural, artistic, historical, social, scientific, economic, or other subjects. And then this is a different site, but what makes documentary credible is, among many strategies of authenticating the narrative, a use of real people, archival photographs, which were only ever of the family, interviews with experts and eyewitnesses, these are in quotes in this definition, and real footage events help in establishing credibility to a higher degree.
Yeah, so it feels like they looked at the laundry list, went, let's do the bare minimum of all of this.
Yeah, because the guy says he's been investigating this for years.
Yeah.
For all these many amount of years. But he didn't even present a single police report.
No, you just see pictures of him holding them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they don't present pictures of the, like, I would even go as far as to say, take a picture of the sergeant at the time at the house.
Right.
You don't have that?
Yeah. But then, so this is, and honestly, this is really because I think we all agree the biggest issue with this is how it's presented.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And even in, like, talking about what a documentary film is, ultimately it's a commercial product that needs to be sold, to be seen, and generate income. No documentary team can work without considering the best ways to maximize their distribution strategy. Deciding on what you want to show instantly determines what you don't want to show, even if those elements are real, tangible facts.
I feel like even though the ultimate goal of a documentary is to get fucking money, get viewers, right? There's the lazy way to do it, which I feel like this is the lazy way to do it. And then there's, yes, we need to get viewers and we need to make money, so let's make this the best that we can, you know, and really get all that information out. Like, this just feels so lazy.
I have watched historical and cultural documentaries that have driven me to tears because of the emotion and the candor of the people presenting their story and the respect with which that story is told.
Yep.
This is like it is straight up 100% an entertainment piece.
It's a fucking circus act.
This is Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
It is. Yeah. And it even says reality TV shows and mock documentaries can confuse voyeurism with relevant and thoughtful content, displaying family feuds, eccentric lifestyles disguised as an honorable quest for deeper truth.
Okay, why did my comment literally what you were gonna say?
That's what it is. Or I mean, reality TV show, it falls under a documentary. It is a documentary. It's a subgenre of documentary. But we consider Keeping Up with the Kardashians to be a tangible proof of the world. It's not.
Wait, we do?
Well, mass society does.
I was like, wait, what?
These people are literally famous for being rich.
These people are famous for being rich because one of them became famous for having a sex tape, and somehow that is a mega $1 million industry now of their corporations.
Guys, I think what we've figured out is all we need is a sex tape.
Honestly, I went on IMDb and I looked up Michigan Hell House 2023.
Oh, their reviews are garbage. It's a joyride.
Really? Because I forgot. I was like, I should review this and give it that 1 star it needs.
Yeah,
really?
Oh no.
Yeah.
There's literally, so even this forum I found on Reddit, like there's some people that are like, oh, like, I think this guy's kind of cool. I like the way he presents stuff, but I don't really like this. Like, it's not a great, it's not a straight up doc or like, but then this person says, and I'm not going to out you because I respect that you have an opinion even though it's wrong. It's an hour and a half of investigation, interviews, evidence, and history. So good.
Oh my god.
Who paid you to put that on there?
Right?
Sir, I need to know who paid you to put that review.
Like,
I was looking at the director to see if I could get anything out of that. I don't know this director. I don't know any other movies that he's done. I'm not surprised by that because I don't consume a lot of media. But it's not like this was his first documentary. So actually, let me pull up one of these and see if the reviews are better.
yeah, I thought it was legit. I love Reddit when we talk about stuff like this. The background and info and personal accounts were fascinating. The written and audio excerpts were compelling. I'm glad Steve made the documentary, but the ending sequence where the witch drove the stake into the equipment, and all the equipment settled down was a bridge too far. The brothers did genuinely appear to have been traumatized by the whole affair. The end left me wanting. I saw that and said to myself, yes, and what will happen when someone goes to mow the lawn and removes the knife? Maybe we'll get a new documentary.
Okay, so IMDb for the Hell House only has 3 reviews, but they're fantastic.
All bad. Yeah, they're all terrible.
They're top tier fantastic.
Oh, okay, here. This backs up what you observed. If you watch a lot of shippy stuff, he thinks most things are demonic. He also makes assumptions and puts word in people's mouths sometimes. He's like a mid-tier investigator to me.
Yeah, that kind of aligns with what I think of him after watching that documentary. I mean, this is the first time I've seen Steve Shippey do anything.
Yeah,
so
same.
I don't even necessarily recall hearing his name before. Maybe once, but I was not impressed. I really wasn't impressed at all.
Like, as someone who watches so many documentaries of such good substance, this is such a letdown.
Okay, so I straight up Googled, is Steve Shippey credible?
Uh-huh. Uh-oh.
So the
He's a rapper.
snippet...
Uh-huh.
Asking the real questions now.
Yeah. He is also an independent rapper.
Yeah, I read that.
Mm-hmm.
When we first started, it was like one of the
movies.
first things I read. He was an independent rapper.
Known as Prozac.
Okay. When I was reading that review on IMDb, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? I thought maybe they had a bunch of typos, but...
Read it.
What are we reading?
Read me the review.
Oh, I shut it down.
God
Why
damn
the
it.
fuck would you do that?
All right, hold on. I'm bringing it back up.
You hoer.
You keep looking up if he's credible.
Or.
Hoer.
I want to read two of them because two of the three are just absolutely fantastic. I just gotta get there. What was the first documentary called? Was it Michigan
Haunting of Dice Road or something?
Haunting on Dice Road. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Shippy is also an independent rapper, better known by his stage name Prozac. As a national recording artist for more than 15 years, his music has hit the Billboard charts over 200 times, with his most notable album, Paranormal, charting over 100 times alone. Even his music career is inspired by his childhood quest to solve the equation of what is the other side of the veil of mortality.
Here's the first one. This is the not so angry looking one. The title is Can We Get Rid of the Cheesy Sound Effects and Spooky Music? Show would have been much better if they just did the investigation with dialogue and left all the sound effects out of it. Many times the only way you knew something had actually happened was if there was a subtitle pop up on screen and they reacted, which is true because I couldn't hear half the shit that was going on that they were like, oh, did you hear that, blah, blah.
Did you hear that? No, there's so much shit going on, I can't hear shit.
But the last line of it says, worth watching, but it comes off more of a Hollywood horror story than actual documentary. So, 100%.
Agree with.
The funny as fuck comment here. It's titled Shippy Slippy Flippy Dippy. It says, oh no, here we go again. It's hugely unfamous rapper Prozac doing his, look, I have other talents too, bit by directing / starring in yet another documentary that exposes some stuff or something. Sorry, but every year or two it seems that I get stuck watching one of these fecal fests. Absolutely base level skills involved. Expect zero intellectual discussion or any real dissecting of the evidence. Nope. Prozac, as he insists upon being called, works in the exact opposite fashion than that of a, say, real documentarian. He's already made up his mind about this stuff and makes it his little comedy film here under that exact setup. Will he present evidence in a fair and balanced way that then allows the audience to make up their own minds? Ha! Nope. This is a film made for and by simpletons that haven't the faintest idea what peer review means. You'll find more entertainment and real ghosts in a Shirley Jackson novel. Forget this.
I have never heard a more perfect
Top
review.
Tier review. Excellent. Yeah, no, it really was. This whole documentary is a shit show.
Like, I'm gonna give that
no.
review 5 stars.
Hello?
The review gets 5 stars.
5 stars. The review gets 5 stars. The show gets 1 star.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hold on to any of it the 2 times I watched it.
I also watched it twice, and I watched the other one.
See, that's how you know it's shit, because a good story really sticks with you, and this was just like, Thank you so much for listening. If you liked what you heard and want to hang out with us some more, be sure to check out our page where you can find links to our other shows and projects. Bye!